Hey everybody, West Texas Stacker here. How y'all doing today? Hey, this little video is in response to Pirate Stacker's $30 food prepping challenge. Sorry, Pirate, but I failed. I couldn't help myself. It was calling my name. Hey, no, serious folks. All jokes aside, food prepping is important. Just as much as stacking metals, because you can't eat this and you can't eat this. No matter how good they look, they probably won't hold much of a nutritional value. So, as I'm doing this little shopping today, it's not as easy as I thought. I mean, you're trying to keep it under 30, and I did go over. I went over by $13.90. And as you can see, I mean, it doesn't really seem like I ended up with much. About 8 cans of tuna, couple cans of chicken, 8 pounds of beans, some pickled sausage, some salsa, some Valentina, and a 5 pound bag of rice. That put me over. Um, but the importance of it. October 17th, there's a 12 million pound recall of meat and poultry products. That's a lot of food. It's a listeria outbreak, apparently, but 12 million pounds. That's crazy. That's a crazy amount of product. On on top of that, and I really couldn't find much information on it, but y'all remember in 2022 when we had the outbreaks of fires in food processing plants. Used to be a list of all the plants. I couldn't find it. Turns out that it had been fact checked, and there was nothing to it that these fires were normal and happened on a normal basis. I wasn't really buying into it then. I'm still not buying into it now. It's all the more important to stack, prep non perishable foods. Canned foods generally last for a heck of a lot longer than the expiration date on them. I'm not too sure about these fancy pull tab lids that they have nowadays, but you know, that's kind of seems like that's all that's out there now. But when you're looking at this, I was looking at the Big John's pickled sausage there, and I was thinking to myself, well, in a prepper situation, that's going to serve a dual purpose. When you're done eating the sausage, you can hard boil some eggs and pickle some eggs in there, and it'll be preserving the eggs. So you get a little more bang for your buck that way. I don't know how good those pickled sausages are, but I love pickled eggs, so they can't be all that bad. The salsa, if you're not a chef and you can't really come up with something to do with a couple cans of tuna and some rice, cook the rice, mix that stuff together, and throw some salsa on it. Guaranteed you'll eat it. We just never know what the future holds. You don't have to go out and buy $30 worth of non-perishables every time you go to the grocery store, but if you pick up one or two cans of the Campbell's Chunky Soup every time or every other time you go in the grocery store, or a couple cans of chicken or tuna or whatever non-perishable you feel like getting, just like silver and gold, 1 ounce at a time, one or 2 ounces at a time, 1 can at a time, 1 or 2 cans at a time. Before you know it, you'll have a pretty good stockpile of food, non-perishable food, and you'll feel pretty secure about it. One thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't run around and tell your neighbors that I got 10 packs of waters and 80 packs of canned food. I wouldn't really divulge that information right away. If something did happen, you could distribute it amongst your neighbors if you'd like, but it would be better to hand it out than to have it taken from you. Not saying all people are like that, but you just never know in a shit hits the fan situation. You don't know what's going to happen or how people are going to react to it. I know here where I live, anytime the wind blows the wrong way and somebody says something's going to happen, everybody rushes out to the stores and they buy up all the toilet paper and all the water. That's almost immediate. Keep this in mind. It's location, where you're at, what you have available. Food preservation is a lost art. I wish I knew how to can. Wish I had a place for a garden. That would kind of solve a lot of this. But if you don't, you don't. And you got to do the best you can with what you have. Keep it prepped. Keep stacking. Keep putting that food away. Simplify. God bless.